purpose, and confidence. Dr. Williams, time is yours.
Hey, come on, listen, everybody. I know that you've had a great time tonight. I mean, the energy has been high. It's NBA night. I mean, we're in the playoffs, y'all. I got one more presentation for all of my NBA fans before we get back to the rest of that happening. That's what's happening out there. Listen, it was Riverview Gardens versus Jennings High School. I was the point guard. My friend, my best friend, and who happens to be my cousin, was a power forward for the other side. And we had battled in pickup games before, but this was different, y'all. This time, it was official. Listen, school pride was on the line, y'all. Bragging rights is on the line. D-Wake, my cousin, he plays for Riverview. Riverview Gardens is this 4A powerhouse. I'm suiting up for Jennings, a 3A underdog. It's like the David and Goliath story. We have been going back and forth, y'all, all week long, trading jabs and predictions. He boasting about he got this elite scoring team, defensive lockdown players. And then he's basically saying, y'all, it's going to be a clinic in the making. I held my ground. I'm like, listen, man, J-Town's coming. We coming, brother, with the noise, with the heat. I've got a good team and one secret weapon, myself, a point guard. Now, y'all need to know, my cousin D-Wake, listen, this dude could sell fish water, y'all. He had the gift of gab. This guy was such a smooth sailor. He had hyped up the game so much to his teammates that he had them thinking, y'all, this was going to sound like a warm-up drill. This is going to be a warm-up drill on us. So that only raised the stakes. Y'all know what I'm feeling? If you're into the NBA, you're into basketball, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you got a favorite team. So game day arrives, y'all. Riverview, home team. They step out on the court. They got their royal blue and gold on. The uniforms are crisp. The crowd is wooing. Now listen, the crowd, y'all, was off the charts. The crowd was 50 strong, y'all. It's a freshman game. We not JV, we not varsity. But listen, to us, it's like 500 max in the house. J-Town Warriors, we walk out. We've got this quiet confidence. And so D-Wake and myself, we lock eyes. We telling our teammates who to watch out for, who's who. And we going back and forth like we're about to film a movie. The final buzzer goes off right before the tip-off. Our coaches round all of us up in a huddle. Gives us our last minute drills, our last minute instructions. I jog out to the center of the court and I look over on the sideline and my cousin is on the bench. Oh, man, listen, I got one up already, y'all. And so I'm trying very hard to not be too expressive, right? Because under the surface, something is going awry with me. I mean, I've played in many games before, but this one is different, y'all. I've got butterflies that are going to the next level. My mind is racing. I can't settle in. I'm trembling, y'all. I'm nervous, but not just nervous. Like I'm stomach churning nervous. I'm like, can't focus nervous. The jump ball goes to Riverview. They miss the first shot. We get a rebound. I get the ball. I push the ball up court. I call the play and I make a pass to my teammate. It's a misread. Ball is stolen. They go down. You're not about to score me. I reach in, get whistle for the foul. Contact. No problem. No big deal. Bro, I got 5 of these in the game. One more. Okay, that's my first one. I'm good to go. But then it happened again. We trade buckets. D-Wake starts trash talking now on the sidelines. One of their players sets a screen. I see the screen getting ready to come. So I call myself jumping the screen, going for the steal. I jumped the screen, whistled. Foul number 2. Y'all, it's 3 minutes into the game. I got 2 fouls, a turnover, haven't scored, and I'm in a bad place, y'all. I'm jacked up. I'm looking back now and realizing that at the beginning of that game, that day, I was experiencing what we would call anxiety. It crept in silently, but it took over completely. It hijacked my confidence. It hijacked my decision making. And ultimately, watch this, my leadership. Why? See, as a point guard, you control and set the tone for your team. You're the floor general. Your team, they get energy based upon your energy. And that day, y'all, I was not leading. I was not settled. Worse, I wasn't ready. Long story short, we lost the game. And you better believe D Wake did not let me forget how I did not show up. Got a question for you. Have you ever been in a position where you didn't show up? Where the team was counting on you? You needed to be there physically. You needed to be there mentally. You needed to be there emotionally. You're there physically, but you're not all in, as you heard one of the speakers say. You're not really present there, though you're physically there. Leaders need an edge. They need a plan to not just perform. Leaders need to lead well. Leadership isn't about performance, just about performance. Leadership is also about being present. But presence, watch this, presence can fade when a leader detaches from clarity, loses clarity, detaches from their purpose, or doubts their capacity. So let's talk about the power shift. Leading with clarity, leading with purpose, leading with confidence. Point number one, you have to lead. A leader must lead with clarity. And you can't lead well if you can't lead others well if you're foggy about who you are or what you got going on. The day I showed up for that Riverview Gardens versus Jennings high school basketball game as a freshman, it wasn't about Jennings and it wasn't about Riverview. It was about Ron and it was about Daryl. We had personalized the game, and me as the point guard, it was no longer about the team. It was about me and how good I was going to look on the floor, how much value I was going to bring to the game, how I was going to show up and show out and make a name for myself. How many of you have leaders or know of leaders who find themselves with this blind spot where they think they are the center of attraction, that they are the premier person that is most important on the team, in the department, in the organization? The research tells us that all leaders have blind spots. And a study by Zinger Folkman from 2017 said that many leaders think they have self-awareness, and they've overestimated their self-awareness, because research says that only about 10 to 15% of people are actually really self-aware. And the impact of not having good self-awareness is that as a leader, you can lack clarity, and that lack of clarity will lead to reactive decisions, or worse, bad decisions. Someone once said that clear minds build strong movements. Number two, a leader must not only lead with clarity, but they must live with purpose. And when we talk about purpose, I'm not talking about purpose. It isn't a position, y'all. Purpose is a conviction. I remember when I was getting my terminal degree. First of all, I didn't even think I could do the thing, but I had this calling, this feeling, this desire to really want to push to the maximum my academic accomplishments. I love learning. I am a lifelong learner. It doesn't matter what it is. I just love the journey from ignorance to knowledge. Well, I decided to go down this road of a doctorate, a terminal degree, and every single year, y'all, because of issues internally, I wanted to quit. I had made up my mind. Why am I doing this to myself? Why? I was so stretched academically. I was working a full-time job with leadership roles. First of all, I'm pastoring a church, but I'm not just pastoring a church. I've got departmental leadership on top of that. Then I'm pursuing a doctorate degree, and I have a family. I'm trying to juggle all of these balls, and something inside started to become unraveled. And what it was I failed to recognize the real purpose behind getting the degree. The degree wasn't even about me. The degree was about my purpose, my calling, the God-given special purpose that God had placed in my life. Myron Goldman calls this special purpose. He calls special purpose when a leader understands that they have a purpose to create value for other people. That's a special purpose. My degree wasn't even about me, but it was about me being able to create value for my community, and specifically African-American men. But I lost focus of that, worrying about all of the other tertiary issues of leading. One researcher says that when it comes to purpose-driven performance, when leaders are really tapped into the purpose, employees who feel that their leaders are purpose-driven or they have 5 times greater engagement, and they are more resilient, especially during a crisis. Especially during a crisis. When your why is big, then your how becomes small. Leaders must lead with clarity, live with purpose, but then thirdly, leaders need to lead with confidence. And confidence isn't a personality trait, y'all. It is a practiced posture. Let me take you back. Finally, I had some things happen in my high school years. My parents got divorced the spring of my sophomore year. Daryl and I talked. I decided at the end of that year that I was going to go to Riverview. I left my small school, went to Riverview, y'all. Said I was going to go over there, jump on the team, work out with them, and just take my game to the next level. I go over to Riverview. I start working out with the team in the preseason. First of all, they worked out even before the season got started. We didn't do that overnight 3A. But then, y'all watch this. I work out with the team, and I think I'm good enough to make the team, but I get cut because the sophomores that I played as freshmen were on the JV. They now in their junior year, they're moving to varsity, and there's not enough varsity spots for junior varsity because that year they had a premier senior team and varsity leaders. I got cut, y'all. And that devastated me because I knew that I had what it took to actually make a difference. But no one else believed that. And I struggled with, watch this, imposter syndrome. Research says that 70% of successful people at some point will experience imposter feelings. Journal of Behavior Science. Y'all, I was crushed, devastated, didn't know what I was going to do. I wound up getting through that school year. During that school year, my previous school had a change in coaching regime. Some of my old teammates were like, look, dude, you need to come back. We need you. We got new coaching. All of us are seniors. I know you're going to be able to get back on the team. I make the decision. I go back to my team, go through the trials, make the team, not only make the team, become a starter, we have a very good season. I wind up getting a Grandin Aid scholarship to play Division III basketball, even though I got hurt in one game before the playoffs of the season. Still was able to get a scholarship. But what I found out in all of that journey was I had a special gift. It was called resilience and grit. When it comes to leading with confidence comes, watch this, y'all. Confidence comes from keeping promises to yourself. Leading is not easy, but I need you to finish what you started. You may not be popular as a leader, but I need you to finish what you started. You may even have personal doubts about your abilities, but I need you to finish what you started. It is not going to be always sunny days and wonderful carefree days as you're leading, but I need you to finish what you started. Listen, when it comes to leadership, the most powerful leaders do not always have the loudest voice, but they carry a quiet conviction. And what is that, Ron? They're clear on who they are. They're rooted in why they're here. And they are bold enough to lead anyway. I'm Ron Williams. I'm an integrated transformational coach. and I look forward to working with you.